Welcome back, everyone. RacerX here, and I am back at Roadkill Nights 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. You can see directly behind me, they have one of their thrill rides. This is one of several that they had. You see the cars back here drifting. Hundreds of fans over there. Everybody's having a really great time. And today I have a very special thing for you guys. I am actually going to be interviewing the CEO of Dodge, the brand new CEO, Matt McAlear. And we are going to talk all about the future of Dodge, everything about the new car, maybe some other stuff he might have up his sleeve. It's loud back there. And it should be a great day. If you guys are brand new to the channel, don't forget, hit subscribe right over here. Off we go. Guys, just a real quick reminder for you. Hop on over to Dream Giveaways website. They have some really epic giveaways going right now. One of my favorites is their Challengers giveaway, a 1970 Challenger paired with a 2023 Superstock. You can use my code RacerX for 3 times the entries for one price. Both of those cars in the same giveaway. They also just announced their Ram TRX Mammoth 1000. Same thing. RacerX gets you 3 times the entries. Go out there and enter to win. I'm on my way right now to the Dodge hospitality area to meet Matt, and we're going to talk for a few minutes. We'll see what he has to say. It is a very special day. RacerX here, and guess who I am with? I am with Matt McAlear, the newly announced CEO of Dodge, and I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down, talk to me a little bit, and a lot of my viewers have been really looking forward to hearing from you. Terrific. As the new leader, the new head of Dodge. Big shoes to fill with Tim, obviously. We all love Tim, and now obviously you are here, but you're not new to the company, right? So very first thing I want to talk about is the fact that you've been around a while.
I have. I started with Daimler Chrysler back in 2000 and first started working with Tim in 2003 in the Chicago Business Center. Went to the agency side of the world for about 10 years, still working with Chrysler, doing events kind of like Roadkill Nights here, doing consumer events, PR media events, dealer training events, and then came back to the Dodge brand in 2013, so I've been back 11 years now. Wow,
okay, so you definitely, I mean, really the whole Hellcat era, all of that stuff, you were around for all of it, and you had a big to-do like with a lot of the marketing and some of the really cool stuff. We talked about it, right? And some of the best commercials and some of the coolest stuff. I always said Dodge is kind of a marketing brand that happens to make cars.
There are no more monsters to fear. And so, we have to build our own.
You want us on that road. You need us on that road. You don't want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And you had a big hand in that, right?
You know, I was the brand manager on the 2015 Charger when we did the MCA, and we brought out the Hellcat, and we brought back SRT into the fold, we brought out the Scat Pack. We started shifting to this whole distillation of the Dodge brand down to the core 3 that we called it, the Charger, the Challenger, and the Durango. Building this America's performance brand, this villainous nature, launching with Hellcats and Demons and Scat Packs and Super Stocks. I mean, this whole kind of, if you know type of mentality, power, muscle, horsepower, just shout it from the rooftops. It's fun to be a part of.
It is, and Dodge is kind of that in-your-face, like we don't care type brand. Right, so with the new car obviously coming out, we have the EVs that hopefully will be hitting the market soon, right? We have both the RT and the Scat Pack.
Yes.
And you know, I think there's mixed emotions about those cars, right? And you guys knew that was going to happen.
Absolutely.
So I mean, how do you feel like that is being received right now? Do you feel like we're just in this transition period and a lot of people will come around? I mean, what's your initial thought on both the RT and the Scat Pack moving forward? And then maybe you could talk to us a little bit about what you think about the Hurricane-powered car.
Yeah. You know, it's an interesting time in the automotive industry. We're definitely going through some change.
Yeah.
I don't look at this car that we're launching an EV at all.
Okay.
If we were launching an EV, we'd be sitting here talking about range and drag coefficient and not talking about a 305s in the front, 325s in the rear, wide body proportions, and the performance characteristics that come along with it. This is flat out the next generation of muscle for Dodge. It looks like a Dodge, feels like a Dodge, drives like a Dodge, and most importantly, it sounds like a Dodge. And that is what is exciting. But you can't pick that up going to Dodge.com. You can't pick that up going to a dealership. You got to see it in person.
Yeah.
You got to feel it. You
Right.
got to drive it. And that's why events like this are so exciting, where we get people out in our vehicles. And next year, when we have these here, when they have the Charger Daytona and the Scat Pack, not just to look at and sit in and see, but actually get behind the wheel. We have so much ahead of us as we build this brand.
Yeah, yeah. And so do you feel like the car, I mean, we know it's going to get mixed emotions, right? Because you have the muscle car purists that are just, oh, it has to be a V8, right? And then you have the people that are kind of on the fence, like maybe I could do the Hurricane, and a lot of people are really struggling to make that move to the EV. Do you think when people actually have a chance to drive the car, maybe they'll feel a little different and maybe some people will come around? I'm curious to know, because that's the prevailing thought with a lot of people, right?
You know, if you go back in history, at one point, muscle cars had to be carbureted. Muscle cars had to be naturally aspirated.
They did, yeah.
They had to have a manual transmission.
Yeah.
And God forbid you put 4 doors on them. So, you know, it was sacrilegious when we came out with the 4-door Charger. People gave us, hell. Whenever you change, whenever you push the boundary, whenever you go to the next level, there's always going to be people that want to pull you back. That I'm stuck in yesteryear. You can't move forward without change. If we don't push boundaries, we're going backward or standing still. We're not going faster. No one realized or didn't realize how much they loved that supercharger whine until they came out with it. They weren't asking for a supercharger Hellcat from the factory.
Yeah.
Now, everybody has to have one.
That's what they want, right?
They didn't realize they needed a car that ran in the 9s and lifted the front wheels till we came out with the Demon.
Yeah.
They didn't realize they needed an all-wheel drive muscle car that can do 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, look like a 68 Charger, room for your friends, hatchback design, all-weather capability, tech beyond belief, flat-out stunning, faster than, better than today's Hellcat for cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It is, I know it's going to be fast, right? And so I think people will have to just kind of get it. I'm one of those guys that, like, I'm willing to give anything a chance, right? And so, I mean, being an old school drag racer guy, I'm still eager to drive the car and give people my honest thoughts, because I can be open-minded about stuff. Some people can't. You know how it is. And for those guys, maybe they'll never come around, and maybe they will.
But we have the 6-packs coming for those guys.
And I'm excited about that car as well. I'm really hoping to get an opportunity. I feel like there's a lot of, especially for the people that are on the fence, maybe that's like the thing that they could at least try and kind of get to. And I will say, when you see the new car in person, I saw the Banshee when it was at SEMA, and I saw it when you guys had it a couple of years ago when it came out of the tunnel and all that kind of stuff. But sitting there with a Scat Pack logo on it in the two-tone paint, some of the ones you guys have had, it looks really good. I was really pleasantly surprised seeing it in person, how good it looked.
It's a unique phenomenon, in my opinion, that the production car looks better than the concept car. That hardly ever happens.
Yeah, I was surprised that it looked as good as it did in person when I saw it today. And the interior,
incredible.
It came out really good. I was actually, I know a lot of people are like skeptical about it, but I'm telling you, when you sit in the new car and you look at the interior, it feels very modern and very updated. And as much as I love the Hellcat, and you guys know I had the 1,000 horsepower Hellcat and the Scat Pack and all that, got the Demon 170 now, but the new interior is next level. It's really nice.
They knocked it out of the park between the 16-inch screen on the Scat Pack to the 12.3-inch radio. I mean, the driver-centric cockpit, the seats are out of this world comfortable. The wraparound lighting that adjusts with it's every time I sit in it, it amazes me.
Yeah.
But the Fratsonic chamber brings it all together.
Yeah.
It looks like a Dodge. It's clear from the 68 Qs when you see it on the outside.
Right.
You get in it, it feels like a Dodge. It's wraparound IP. You feel like you're in a car. You feel like you're in a muscle car. When you start the thing up and you hit the gas in the Fratsonic, it's just as loud as today's Hellcat, but you can turn it to low, medium, high. You can turn it off if you're going over to your mom's house on Sunday dinner and you don't want to wake up the neighbors.
Going out at midnight, whatever,
It brings it all together.
Yeah.
You all of a sudden, you have that smile on your face. When you hit the gas pedal, you not only feel it, but you hear it. And that's the thing that connects everything together and makes it a muscle car.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to driving it, both cars, both the electric and the gas version. And I'm also kind of looking forward to seeing I feel like at some point you guys might have some other stuff up your sleeve, I feel like you guys are always working on something.
We are.
Can you give us anything in terms of maybe some stuff that maybe we're not expecting? I know a lot of guys want a V8. I know what the rules and everything they are. That's tough. That is hard to do. I get that. But do you think maybe there's anything down the road that maybe some folks might be really excited about?
Well, the only thing I say is, this year we're launching the 2-door RT and the Scat Pack.
Right.
Next year, first half of the year, we bring out the 4-doors.
4-door.
Second half of next year, we bring out the 6-packs.
Sure.
And then we haven't announced time yet, but the SRT Banshee is still coming.
Yeah,
So-
the Banshee's coming, and who knows, maybe they have some other surprises for us. I know they're always working on stuff. So what would you consider, obviously, in this new role, you guys have a lot going on right now. There's a lot of transition happening in the industry. What would you consider to be maybe your biggest challenge as the CEO of Dodge at this moment?
We're just working to effectively launch this all-new muscle car. We're
Yeah.
on track to sell down the last generation Charger and Challenger, have those off the lots or at a reasonable inventory level when the new ones launch here in Q4.
Yeah.
We want to get those out there. Most importantly, we want to get the media behind the cars and start getting that transition. We need people to be open. We need people to go test drive them, get behind the wheel, because we're going to entice you with a lot of video, a lot of interactivity on the website. But until you actually sit in the car, hear the car, and drive the car, you can't appreciate it.
I am looking forward to it. I can't wait. So, and really, the only other thing I want to ask you about is, in terms of, the brand moving forward, as the new CEO. I mean, where do you see the brand, say, maybe in like 5 years?
We're not going to revolutionize this brand. I've been part of the growth of this brand. Fortunate enough to
long
work
time.
with Tim for 10 years now.
Yeah.
We have an incredible foundation that we've built here. We've distilled the brand down to America's performance brand, and that's what we want to continue to grow upon. We don't have to be everything to everybody, and that's the beauty of our showroom, that we can share that floor with Jeep and Ram and Chrysler. And it's okay for us to be brash and brazen and unapologetic and a little kind of crazy uncle that comes over and you just, you can put up with him for a little while,
That's my favorite guy.
and then you kick him out of the house, right?
Damn, these things are fast.
When we don't offend some people a little bit, we're probably not doing the right thing, because it's okay if 95% of people think we're crazy. And that's where we fit in the industry. We know who our customers are. We want to help them stand out, identify with their personality, and build cars that put a smile on their face, make them feel like who they want to be, and enjoy driving and being behind the wheel.
That's great. And I guess lastly, just really quick, I mean, what is your favorite part about what it is that you get to do on a daily basis?
Just the interactivity with the entire team. I get the great pleasure of working with the design studio, the engineering team, the sales team, the marketing team, the media, the public, the consumers. I mean, you get to touch all of it, and
Yeah.
it's such a big industry. But at the end of the day, we're part of the second biggest purchase that most people ever make in their life outside of a house.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that, to me, is after this, it kind of just gets down because it's boring. It's not as much fun. I
Yeah.
mean, there's just something about being part of this industry. It bites you. You get the bug. You're stuck with it. You can't figure out why sometimes, but it keeps you going every single day.
100%, yeah. And I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I can't wait to share this with my audience. I want people to kind of get to know you a little bit and see what kind of a leader and an amazing car enthusiast that you are. Because I know that you are a big car enthusiast,
Oh, I love
obviously. And Tim being a big car enthusiast. And I've always said that about the executives with this company is you guys are car people first and executives second. I really do believe that. And you guys are, you can sit and talk car stuff all day long, and that is what real car people want,
Yeah.
and I think that's great, and it keeps you in touch with your audience and your consumers, so that's really great.
Perfect.
So thank you for taking the time. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.
Sounds great.
Appreciate that. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thought it would be really fun to sit down with the new CEO of Dodge, Matt McAlear, and just talk cars for a little bit, talk about the future of Dodge and how he is liking things in his new role. Hopefully give you guys an opportunity to learn a little bit more about him and maybe some just a glimpse of what Dodge may have for us coming up in the future. So it's been a fun one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.